Welcome back into the Miller's Edge, right here on Tide 100.9, presented by our good friends over at the Good Feet store in Midtown Village. We're now going to head on over to the Miller's Edge guest line and welcome in a dog. We like to talk about dogs a lot. Former Alabama linebacker, current Patriots linebacker, and most importantly, a brother of mine, Anfernee Jennings. How you doing today, brother?
Man, what's good, dog? Big C, Little C, man. Glad to be here.
That's right, man.
What's up, brother?
Man, what's up, my guy?
Man, nothing, man. Just glad to get you on here, man. It's fun to bring my teammates and my friends on here, but appreciate you joining in, man. I just want to start things off. I know you're probably working out right now, training, so I don't want to hold you too long, but I want to start things out. I want to take it back real quick. I want to just dive in it. You're the heart of Dadeville. You're an in-state guy. What sold you on Alabama? Did you always know you planned on coming to play for Coach Saban in Alabama, or is it something that you actually took your visits, you went around, you really considered other schools, or were you always set on Alabama?
I think obviously, me being from the state, it was always, Alabama or Auburn for the most part, and I started getting recruited and started, traveling and seeing other schools and other places. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of was, open until I came to Bama and I did the O-line, D-line camp, and they finally, offered me. A couple weeks later, I was in 10th grade, and I went on and committed in like that March, and I ain't never looked back after that. I kind of where I come from, like took a faith leap. When I committed and didn't know how it was gonna look, didn't know if I was even good enough, but I stayed true to myself, true to my work ethic, and I came here and I made the most of my opportunity.
Anfernee, it's good to have you on, man. And of course, it was a blessing and a pleasure to follow the journey. Of course, that you and Christian playing alongside one another. And of course, I'm a big fan watching you now in the National Football League. I've been talking a lot about the defense. Kevin Steele has come in now, old school guy, trying to get back to that Bama standard defensively. Talk about, what have you seen with this defense and what's been the difference? Because you guys won championships. You guys known for great defense, big defenses. You have a lot of players now in the National Football League off those defenses. What have you seen that maybe has changed based on since you've been gone?
I think overall, at the end of the day, it's been a lot of, just a lot of rotating parts and throughout, over the years, with Bama, it's been, the strength and conditioning stuff changed. A lot of the coaches changed, and it's just a new wave of players. So it's in the time that we in, I feel like the NIL and all that kind of different stuff, like transfer portal, it's just different. I think it's more of I don't know how to put that, but it's just different. I think we had to tough stuff out a little bit more, and just really they really challenged us in college when it came to if we the workouts and the stuff that we was doing, and I feel like the way that we thought about stuff, so I could say that it was a little different. It's a little different now.
It's all right. I know exactly what you're just saying. You can say it on here. It's not going to offend nobody. These younger guys, they have a different mindset. Is basically what you're trying to say. Is our mindset when we got here, and from the older guys when we got here. Our old heads going back to. When I first got here, guys like Trey DePriest, right? I played with Amari Cooper. Then you got guys like Reggie Ragland, Ashawn Robinson. The mindset of those guys, like that go get it mindset, and it's just a lot different. You're saying with the transfer portal, NIL, guys are just giving a lot more up front, and it almost seems like the hunger is not there as much. Is that kind of what you're getting at?
Yeah, I think it was more like you said, we had guys and we had a lot of different guys to look up to and see what we wanted to be like, or what it actually supposed to look like. It ain't now. It ain't as many guys as you would like when freshmen come in, and for them to see somebody doing it the right way, and how we do it here at Bama. So it's kind of like just I want the last of a dying breed, but
No, I
that's
get
kind
it.
of what it is.
No, trust me, I get it.
I know what you're saying because I mean, I didn't play at Bama, and I feel a little bit freely to say and speak my mind, and I get what both of you are saying, but because it is a dying breed, I'm that generation before you guys of me playing alongside Lawrence Taylor, Pepper Johnson. I mean, we had, Ricky Jackson. Man, there was a list of guys in my era, and you played the game differently. Now, that being said, you are playing for a guy that was with the Giants, Bill Belichick, who's great friends, coach with Nick Saban. And when you talk about your position, edge guy, outside linebacker, Sam, or whatever they call it in New England, how did Bama prepare you? Because one of the things you see a guy that's an edge guy, he's just a pass rusher. But I know this for a fact, playing for Bill Belichick, you got to be the complete guy. You better be able to play the run. You better be physical. And then you earn that right to rush the passer. Am I correct in saying that?
And 100%. I think here at Bama, just the overall schematics of things and, how NFL organization is ran, kind of prepared me a lot for, going to the Patriots and, other guys even throughout the NFL. Just being in a pretty complex defense and, having to, learn certain, things about other positions and things like that, kind of prepared us all. So, you can't do nothing but appreciate the fact that, you was in this defense and, it helped you a lot going into the league.
And if I want to go back real quick, because I remember watching this up close and personal. Back in 2018, we're playing Clemson, right? We're in the Sugar Bowl. You're having probably the best game of your career, arguably one of them. Terrorized, I think it was Kelly Bryant at quarterback. You go down with a serious injury, and then when we thought things were bad enough, the next day you find out it's even more serious than expected. And that you could, correct me if I'm wrong, they pretty much had to do a procedure to make sure they saved your leg, right?
You went out at the end right there. Can you repeat that?
I said it. The injury, that knee injury, ended up being more serious than expected, and they pretty much had to do emergency surgery to pretty much save your leg. Is that right?
Yeah, correct. Like you said, we had that game, and I ended up getting injured, and initially, we thought it was just a hyperextended leg or whatever, and I was gonna be good, and possibly able to play in the championship game next week. Ended up being a little bit more serious than that. The next day we got back to Tuscaloosa, and they checked my pulse and my ankle, and I didn't have a pulse, so I went and got an MRI, and the MRI showed some things, and as soon as I got the MRI, they rushed me to Birmingham, and now I'm definitely out for the game next week, but it's a little bit more serious than that too, so.
Right.
It was all a blessing in disguise. I ended up, partially tearing my popliteal artery and I tore my calf muscle, sprained my PCL, and cracked my tibia. But yeah,
hey.
it was something that definitely, I feel like I was a learning experience as such, but it was also something that, kind of helped me, it was a little bit of adversity, so it kind of going through something like that, mentally, what I'm saying, it just, all in all, it made me stronger, it made me appreciate the game more, and I feel like it turned me to a better player, honestly.
No doubt. No, I mean, I can completely understand. I've dealt with my fair share of injuries, probably not anywhere near that significant. But, let me follow up with this. Fast forward a couple of years, you go from potentially losing your leg in a football game to hearing your name called in the NFL draft. What was that like, getting that phone call?
Man, bro, that was a blessing. It was also an honor. It was just, obviously my goals and stuff like that, way bigger than just hearing my name called. But, just to, finally get to that moment and, and out of all the people, all the, other players in the draft, like, you finally get that one call, like, you know what I'm saying? And it's your moment, like, you know what I'm saying? You can't really describe that. I mean, you've been through it, and, just having that opportunity, having this opportunity to still, be with the Patriots and, have an opportunity to go out and play still. I'm just still blessed. You know what I'm saying? Still, love the game just as much. And, glad to be here.
Yeah. Anfernee Jennings is our guest here on the Miller's Edge, Christian's teammate with the Tide back up until 2019. Of course, I think this is year number 4. I think I'm right in saying that in the National Football League with the New England Patriots. Now, let me ask you this, because people look at Bill Belichick, all the Super Bowls. They look at Nick Saban in college with all the national championships. You got Mac Jones there as your starting quarterback, and I know I've been reading a lot, but that he's going to have to fight for his job. Just talk about you and Mac's relationship and the pressure to win there. You know it because you played at Alabama. The pressure that your organization is under to get back to the Tom Brady years, because that's all everybody talks about. Just talk about what that's been like for you in the 3 years, now going into the 4th year with New England.
Yeah, Mac, you know what I'm saying? Me and Mac always had a special relationship. Mac really one of the guys. Mac, you know what I'm saying? He come in, work hard every day. And he's just such a good dude. The goal and the expectations has always been to win. You know what I'm saying? Since I started playing sports, nothing changed when I got to the Patriots. It was the demand was there. It's always been there. And we just got to get back to the Patriots way, and doing everything necessary, and everything else to take care of itself.
No doubt. And I'm going to let you go in a second. I got one last question for you. You've always been known as a dog, right? You're one of those guys. You're going to set the tone. You're going to have that intensity, and you're going to demand it from everybody else. I saw that firsthand playing alongside of you. Have you always been like that? Have you always had that mentality, or is that something that you had to develop over the years?
Man, I feel like I always had it in me. For a long time, I felt like I was more, a softest, like quiet assassin, and just didn't say too much. But I learned when I came to Bama that, like, from the guys that was here before us, that, like, it's a time for that. But then it's a time, where I gotta say something, and we gotta get the guys going. That's something I kind of grew into, and for me it was all about, like, just earning that respect to be able to, you know what I'm saying, to do that type of stuff. Like, I ain't gonna just, I ain't the type of guy to just come into a place and just start hollering and all that shit. But you know what I'm saying, I want to earn my respect. I want to do it the right way, and when I do that, I feel like, what I'm saying, the guys are more open to listen and hear what I'm saying, and stuff like that.
Man, it's good stuff, Anfernee, and I wish you nothing but the absolute best this year. As I'm thinking about, the contracts, you have probably signed a 4-year deal, which means this is the money year. This is a change. This is a cheese year, baby. I mean, listen, I know this is from a player, but when that year's coming up. You always train. You always been that dog. You always worked hard, bro. But there's got to be a little bit more into this season, because that second contract, you're talking about potentially generational money. Do you think about that? And do you train in such a note that, hey, man, if I have a great year, it may not be again with the Patriots next year, but I can become one of these prominent free agents, and that means paper paid and generational money.
Man, it definitely gives you a little bit more oomph in your workouts, man. But I try not to look at that. I'm just focusing on what I can do to be a better player, and be a better player for the Patriots right now. I just, what I'm saying, like I said, my goal is to win, and I'm that's the only thing on my mind, and just blessed to be in a position to have this opportunity, and be able to just. Man, there's a lot of people that wish to be in the shoes I'm in, and I just don't want to take it for granted. And I want to, make sure I'm doing everything to put my best foot forward, and everything else in my future to take care of itself.
No doubt, man. Well, I just want to tell you, man. Yeah, exactly. Appreciate you coming on, but most importantly, before you go, tomorrow you're hosting the second annual Anfernee Jennings football camp, right? Back in your hometown of Dadeville, Alabama. What does that mean to you, and how important is that for you to give back to your community? I know it's a very special place to you, and give us the details on that. So if anybody has any kids that they want to send to the camp, because it's a free camp that you're holding. Again, it's tomorrow, Friday, July 7th, the second annual Anfernee Jennings Youth Football Camp. But just talk about how important that is to give back to your community, and offer some details on that if people want to sign up.
Yeah, man. This is the second year. Last year we did it, and it was a success. It was a success. But man, it's great to have an opportunity to do something like this for my community. I come from a small community. And recently, like, we had a tragic event happened, and the mass shooting where 28 kids were shot, and 4 was ended up dead, and and just having the opportunity to go back and try to be a light to my community and the kids and the youth. I feel like this is a positive thing, and I want everybody to come out and have a good time and enjoy it, and just make the most of it with the kids, and it just be a good thing. Some details on it. We got the camp tomorrow at Dadeville High School, Dadeville, Alabama. The camp is from 5 to 8 p.m. We have a couple of my former teammates from college, and a couple guys around the league. Coming to support, and some guys that, they didn't go to the league that was, big time, stars in my community, coming out of high school, and, they just, they chose another route, and, what I'm saying? So you'll be able to learn and, hear some people's, story, and, just all words of encouragement, and, hopefully some people get, some lessons out of it, and, what not to do, and, even what to do, just looking forward all around, and, I'm excited about it.
That's good stuff, man. No, we appreciate you. Of course, giving back is special, and you guys got so much information to relate to these young kids who are up against a lot today, and decision making, and who they hang around with, and those types of things. Like you said, what not to do, and also what to do, man. We wish you blessings, many blessings, and a healthy season, a great success. Big AJ, do your thing, man. Represent 58 in a special way with the pay. Just tell Belichick I said keep you on the field all down. Just tell him I said that. Because now that he gonna have to see me. He gonna have to see me. All right, bro. We appreciate you, man.
Will do, man. See y'all, man. Appreciate y'all for having me.